I don't know, I wasn't expecting that one. Yeah, they're just the great. It's just so great. This is why it's so nice to not have makeup on. Thank you.
Meghan Markle's recent Netflix series, With Love, Meghan, didn't just underperform. It reportedly crashed and burned in spectacular fashion, earning the unwelcome distinction of having the worst ratings in Netflix's history for a celebrity-backed original production. What was hyped as her grand return to the screen, a chance to rebrand and connect with audiences, has instead become a textbook example of a media flop. Critics are dissecting its failure, viewers largely ignored it, and sources claim Meghan is in full-blown damage control mode behind the scenes. The show, part of the couple's massive $100 million Netflix deal, was given a prime release slot, heavy promotion, and the kind of platform most creators only dream of. Yet, despite this massive investment and visibility, it was a ratings disaster. According to tracking data, With Love, Meghan failed to crack the top 10 in almost every major market, including the US, UK, and Canada. It was reportedly outperformed by reruns, international dramas, and even decades-old sitcoms. This dismal performance has led to reports that Netflix executives are re-evaluating their partnership with the Duke and Duchess, with some allegedly viewing the show as nothing more than a vanity reel, lacking genuine audience appeal. In the data-driven world of streaming, where engagement is everything, this is the kiss of death for any project.
To get it totally right.
I am, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm not just saying this for rhetorical effect. I am physically nauseated watching that clip.
The critical response to With Love, Meghan was equally brutal. Unlike some celebrity ventures that receive cautious or muted reviews, this show was openly savaged. The Daily Telegraph reportedly gave it a 1-star review, calling it mind-numbingly shallow. The New York Times stated that the series drowns in its own narcissism. The Guardian went even further, branding it a disaster of self-importance masked as self-care. Perhaps the most damning assessment came from the Daily Beast, which described it as a bloated influencer diary disguised as a docuseries, pointing out Meghan's apparent focus on controlling the narrative rather than telling a compelling story. Across the board, critics agreed. This wasn't a show for the audience. It was a show for Meghan Markle, perceived as self-indulgent, calculated, and ultimately boring. Even traditionally supportive liberal media outlets like Vogue and Vanity Fair reportedly offered minimal praise, their silence speaking volumes.
This is about connecting with friends and just learning. Let's go.
One of the most controversial aspects of the show wasn't about the content itself, but the branding. Despite stepping back from royal duties in 2020 and publicly criticizing the monarchy, Meghan reportedly continued to use her royal title, the Duchess of Sussex, in promotional materials and on the show itself. This decision has angered royal watchers and constitutional experts who view it as hypocritical. Royal commentator Tom Bower called it brazen hypocrisy, accusing Meghan of trying to monetize a title she seemingly rejected. Angela Levin echoed this sentiment, stating that Meghan wants the benefits of royalty without the responsibilities. This isn't just a matter of public opinion. According to The Times, there have been internal discussions within Buckingham Palace about potentially restricting the Sussexes' use of their titles in commercial ventures. Adding to the list of criticisms were the moments in the series where Meghan appeared to break down emotionally. In multiple scenes, she seemed on the verge of tears while recounting her struggles, but many viewers and body language experts weren't convinced of the authenticity of these displays. Judy James, a well-known body language expert, reportedly told Sky News that Meghan's expressions appeared controlled and rehearsed. Patty Wood, another analyst with decades of experience, noted that Meghan's supposed tears didn't align with genuine emotional responses, pointing to her dry eyes and lack of authentic facial movements. Social media quickly filled with memes and side-by-side comparisons, highlighting the perceived disconnect between Meghan's expressions and her lack of visible tears. Hashtags like Hamam Meganaskar and Mch Asan Duchess drama trended, indicating that the public saw a performance rather than genuine vulnerability. This perception that her emotions were staged or calculated is a significant blow to her public image and brand, making her seem inauthentic and potentially manipulative. When an audience no longer believes your emotions, it becomes incredibly difficult to connect with them on a meaningful level.
The failure of "With Love, Meghan" is just one piece of a larger picture that suggests Meghan Markle's media ventures are facing significant challenges. Her Spotify podcast, Archetypes, which was meant to be her intellectual contribution, also faced criticism and ultimately ended after just 12 episodes, despite a reported $20 million deal. Industry figures like Joe Rogan openly mocked the podcast. Most notably, Bill Simmons, a Spotify executive, reportedly referred to Meghan and Harry as the grifters, a shockingly blunt assessment from within the company that had invested in them. This kind of public criticism from within the industry is a major blow to their credibility and perceived value. Beyond the failed media projects, Meghan's new lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, has also faced scrutiny. There were reports that some of the initial products, like homemade jam and bath salts, might not comply with health and safety regulations, particularly regarding FDA labeling. This raises questions about the professional handling of her business ventures and adds another layer of potential legal issues. Furthermore, Meghan has faced trademark troubles. Her attempt to secure exclusive rights to the name Archetypes for her brand was reportedly blocked by existing companies, indicating potential legal challenges and a lack of thorough brand clearance. There's also the controversy surrounding Pearl, a cancelled Netflix animated series that Meghan was developing. Accusations surfaced that the concept bore striking similarities to a pre-existing UK children's book series called Pearl Power. The author of the book confirmed that she was never contacted by Meghan's team, raising concerns about potential intellectual property infringement. This kind of issue adds to a growing pattern of questionable practices surrounding Meghan's projects. Perhaps the most persistent and damaging rumours are the long-circulating yacht girl allegations. While these claims remain unproven in court, they have moved from fringe gossip sites to more mainstream conversations. Critics, former acquaintances, and even royal biographers have referenced Meghan's past lifestyle in increasingly direct terms. The fact that Meghan has never taken legal action to refute these claims, despite being quick to sue tabloids for apparently less damaging stories, continues to fuel speculation. As one commentator noted, if the allegations aren't true, why hasn't she sued? This silence, combined with her carefully curated public image, creates a vacuum that is filled with noise and speculation, damaging her reputation. While these are unproven claims, her handling of them, particularly her lack of direct denial or legal action, contributes to public skepticism and reinforces the perception that she has something to hide. What's emerging isn't a picture of a savvy entrepreneur effortlessly conquering Hollywood, but rather one of a brand facing significant challenges, marked by failed projects, legal complexities, and persistent damaging rumours. Meghan Markle reportedly wanted to control her own narrative, but instead she has become the subject of a highly critical and often negative public narrative that seems to be spiralling. The failure of her Netflix show, the struggles with her podcast, the controversies surrounding her brand, and the lingering rumours about her past are all contributing to a collapsing public image. The spotlight she seemingly craved has become a harsh glare, exposing the cracks in her carefully constructed facade. What do you think is the biggest factor contributing to Meghan Markle's recent media struggles and public image challenges? Is it the content of her projects, the public's perception of her authenticity, or the persistent legal and reputational issues? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for the latest updates on this unfolding story.